We all have stories to share and inspire people. While the way to achieve that is either by public speaking or giving lectures or by speech. Well, in today's video, we will be discussing about how can we improve our oral presentation skills. Well, I have already made a video how to improve your public speaking skills or speaking on a stage, which I'll be tagging in the description also here, so that you can check that to get a clear picture of what I am saying in this. Hi everyone, this is Achyut Murari. I am a medico and an Instagram poet. I talk about the books and personal development tips over this channel. So without further delay, let's dive into the video. The first section deals with how should be improving the oral presentation skills, while the second section discovers about how should be actually drafting our oral presentation or typically speech, lecture or anything else. Out of the first section, we will be discussing information under 4 subheadings. The first one being purpose, second one being posture, third one duration, and the fourth one procedure, which I call this as 3PD formula. So now coming to the first section, that is purpose. While if at all you want to give a very good inspiring speech or you want to share a story which you have with among the people, firstly you need to understand why are you giving the speech. If at all you ask this question to yourself and ask that, why should the audience be listening to you? Why should be paying their attention to what you speak? If at all you get the answer for this question, you can easily craft down all the information in one short speech and deliver the exact thing before the people, which will always inspire them and give away the content in the least amount of time, which will add value to their life. Purpose always serves the most important aspect in all the 4 subheadings. Now moving to the second aspect, which is the posture. Now, if at all you observe this image, the orator is standing in a specific position and he is maintaining a tempo both in his posture as well as the body language. I just cannot emphasize how important the body language is when you are trying to deliver a content before a larger audience. Well, considering I want to share a very vital information with you all, which is called the Albert Mehrabian's rule of 7, 38 and 55. This rule speaks that whenever you are providing a content or giving a speech or a lecture standing before the audience, the most impact which is created on the people is 7% by the spoken word, 38% by the voice and tone, and 55% by the body language. So by now you must have understood how important the body language actually is. That is, it about consists of 55% in the whole way you try to speak before the people. The body language can be varying in the various positions. You can be simply standing and giving a speech. Maybe you can be simply sitting. Firstly, you need to understand the audience to whom you are speaking. If at all the audience are much interested into while you are standing and giving away the lecture, then it kind of impresses them, then you need to be standing. Apart from that, the hand gestures and the slightest bodily movements and the facial expressions also count into the body language. Whenever you are giving a speech, you need to be emphasizing or connecting what you're speaking along with the facial expressions also. And apart from that, the hand movements, the regular hand movements are the most important aspects. I have included the same point even in the video of improving your public speaking skills, which I have already made. You can check that video too so that you can get a greater glance about what I am speaking currently in this. Now coming to the next subheading, which is called the duration. Now of course, people are least interested into listening and kind of are least interested into learning. So you need to be understanding how much duration should your lecture or speech be. If at all you keep on giving the long lectures like the typical school academic principles which they used to give while we were in school, we will be always getting bored and the people would be dragging their attention off from your speech. But the most important aspect is if at all you keep your speech pretty short, convincing and also straight to the point, that is on the bullseye, you will be clear in delivering the exact content to the people. Now the duration might be varying from minimum 5 minutes to that of 1 hour. I think any speech beyond 1 hour is kind of little boring because as medical science proves, a person's attention lasts only for 40 minutes of time. And hence if at all you give a lecture more than 40 minutes of time, continuously speaking, people obviously will not be much interested into understanding what you are trying to speak. So keep your speech quite short. And the most important aspect in if at all you are putting your speech in a very constricted manner, it also helps you to clearly remember every point and every subheading or the emphasizing points which you want to share. And also, if at all we are speaking about duration, there is something called the buffer time. If at all you're preparing a speech for about 10 minutes of time, then you'll be keeping a buffer time of 5 minutes Because if at all you're forgetting any line or you're forgetting any specific subheading, you will be on the spot including some of your experience or just making up a story on the spot and trying to speak, which will always add up to the whole speech. So this kind of thing will always be added, hence it is called the buffer time. Whenever you are trying to speak before a larger audience, make sure you try to remember all the subheadings. For giving a 5 minutes of speech, a novice has to revise the whole content for about 30 minutes before he's giving a speech. So that completely adds to the value. Hence, don't underestimate the power of revising and don't expect you to be giving very long lectures with very less amount of preparation time. Rather, keep the optimum length between the preparation time, revision, and also giving the exact time of the speech. If you want to cut down the blabber, please do that. Don't try to extend the whole information and try to drag the speech. Rather, keep it as short as possible, right on the bullseye, and provide the content which the audience want. Now coming to the most important aspect of the first section of this video, and that is the procedure. While you're actually conveying something in your speech, the procedure follows 3 main steps. The first step being introduction, second step being body, and the third step being the conclusion. The introduction serves the purpose of dragging the attention from the audience. You just cannot start anything as such before you go to audience. You can typically start your introduction with a quote or any inspiring word. As such, I have begun this video. We all have stories to share and inspire people. While the way to achieve that is either by public speaking or giving lectures or by speech. Well, in today's video, we will be discussing about how can we improve our oral presentation skills. So this kind of introduction always serves the purpose. Now coming to the body. Body, as you all know, is the main content of your speech. It will deliver or will argue your case or will be providing the exact information which you wanted to convey to the people and what the people wanted to perceive from your speech or a lecture. Now coming to the conclusion. Conclusion is a kind of the most important yet the most neglected aspect in a speech or a lecture. When you're concluding something, you need to be highlighting the main theme of whole speech and try to convince the people that what you have said is kind of acceptable and need to be considered. In conclusion, you will be giving the truth that people need to be giving value to your speech, just not listening to one ear and leaving out to the other. They need to be accepting you, agreeing with you, rather understand the point of view. This is the most important reason why conclusion serves the lion's share in one's speech or the lecture. Now coming to the second section of the video, which is how should you be organizing the text. Well, I recently realized that if I want to speak about how you should be organizing your text, it almost comprises of the 9 steps. I don't think adding the whole 9 steps and speaking about this in this video itself will be dragging the video length, and as I have already shared with you that duration matters more. Hence, I will be posting all the content about how should you be organizing the video in the coming next video. Till then, take care, stay safe, bye-bye.